What the hell happened with Epstein? Let's get into the Epstein stuff. You've been tweeting out a lot of interesting takes. And you had a recent tweet thread that you started with, "We're looking for the wrong tape of the night Epstein hung himself. Try and find the video of Nicholas Tardigloni, Epstein's cellmate, being transferred to another cell prior to Epstein's suicide, as was officially claimed. It does not exist. It never happened." So talk me through that tweet thread and what the hell happened with Epstein.
Well, keep in mind who I am. I am John McAfee. I did start and found the entire cyber security industry, that industry which protects people from threats from outside. I got interested in Epstein. And when I get interested in something, I promise you people, I will get to the bottom of it days, weeks, or months before the FBI. Because I have an army of 500,000 hackers, Anonymous being some loose collective of them, and others, that if I seriously want to know something, are there audio tapes anywhere, for example, of what happened with any personality involved? Well, yes, fuck me. There, oddly enough, were 4 people almost constantly making audio recordings. Well, fuck me, that's all I need. Then, I get those. I parse them out to those that would be most capable of analyzing, because, God damn it, we're talking about over 500 hours of recording. I'm 70, 74. I ain't listening to 5 minutes of goddamn recording without falling asleep. Not happening. So, did the analysis and came up with the fucking truth. Jeffrey Epstein was killed by his cellmate, Nicholas. Why? A whole bunch of reasons you choose a cellmate. And Nicholas, by the way, was a corrupt police officer in jail, charged with the murders of 4 people. A fucking police officer. Now, if I'm going to choose a man, and you bring me 1,000 candidates, and well, this guy, whacked 300 people in Afghanistan or whatever, and this guy's an ex-police officer, and he's just whacked 4 people. Bring that motherfucker to me. He's the one. Why would you choose a cellmate? Because number one, you might think, which did not happen, oddly enough, but people planning this, and I would have thought too, fuck me, they're going to do some DNA evidence on this motherfucker. It's Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
Well, how are we going to handle that shit? Because really, DNA evidence is so goddamn sophisticated. If you just walk in the cell and sniff the air and leave, your goddamn DNA is in there. I'm sorry. So, no. So now you whack him. Of course, your DNA is all over the body because it's all over the fucking cell. It's on the toilet seat. It's on the ceiling. It's on the bed. It's on the goddamn floor. Wherever you shed skin, hair, or touched something, there's your DNA. Was that not clever? Now I'll be releasing names and dates very shortly.
Oh, man.
Of people who planned this motherfucker. The cellmate killed him. Now, how are you going to get away with this? Let's assume I'm the architect of this nightmare. And that this is nothing new to me. And I promise you, it is nothing new to me, having been on the rabbit end of this chase for most of my life. Let's assume I'm the architect. All right, whoever does it, they're going to do some serious fucking sort of forensics on this. It's a goddamn Jeffrey Epstein. They already gave us $250 million to whack this motherfucker. We got to do it cheaply. Let's do it. Let's make sure the cellmate. If the cellmate does it that way, forensic evidence doesn't give anybody away. There's no goddamn loose ends, no question. Everything's fine. Then someone goes, lovely fucking idea. But Chief, what about the goddamn CCTV cameras? Yeah, well, I thought about that. And I got a friend up in company XYZ Security, and they're gonna fuck with those cameras during the time. Don't worry, it's all covered. And some goes, the chief. I mean, how is he gonna kill himself? Yeah, chief goes, listen, just bear with me here. It's first of all, we know he's not allowed to have sheets in his cell, so we've got to come up with a reason for the sheet to be there. I got that covered. Trivial. Now, unfortunately, the only thing he can hang himself from is the bunk bed. Admittedly, it's only 5 feet 7 inches tall, and Jeffrey's 6 feet. But let me handle that shit. The cameras, they're going to be off. Well, how are we going to get the murderer out of the fucking cell? This is where it comes in so clear. Well, we move him out of the cell before the suicide. And then some idiot at the end of it was, but boss, boss, how is he going to kill him if we moved him out of the cell? The coroner is in my fucking pocket. Listen, if we take him out before the suicide, how's he going to do it? Boss says, the coroner. I have the medical examiner in my pocket. He has promised not to put down the time of death on the form he is required to fill out. Just forgot. And people go, well, fuck me, is that not brilliant? That means that everybody's alibi fucking works. Because he could have been killed any fucking time. Now, you think I made that shit up? I did not. The medical examiner did not write in the time of death. One of those rare cases, 1 out of 1,000, where a brain fart was snorting too much methamphetamines. We're getting too many blowjobs from your secretary prior to doing an autopsy. I don't fucking know, but it's rare. And nevertheless, no matter how rare it may be, it fucking happened on Jeffrey Epstein's death. Well, being a very simple-minded motherfucker, and therefore I believe almost anything people tell me. I go, well, that sounds okay. That sounds good to me. But in fact, people, you and I know, it does not. And we therefore have the murderer, Nicholas, his cellmate, a mafia member, a police officer, and a suspected murderer of 4 people. And that's why he's Jeffrey's cellmate, who was, by people's descriptions, moved from Jeffrey's cell sometime on the night, the last day Jeffrey's seen alive, sometime on the night, into another cell. And yet, there is no video of him being moved prior to Jeffrey's suicide. And all videos just before and after, somehow those goddamn cameras malfunction, and there's nothing. God damn it, wake up, people. Do not let this happen. Don't just shake your heads and say, oh, we're lost, because if you do, we are. But that means your children were also lost, and your grandchildren. And everybody's children and grandchildren are lost because you, America, refuse to stand up when standing up was all that was required of you. Fuck you, people who still sit. Shame on you. Shame on you.